just talk about whiskey in general. So you're not
Hmm.
the Scotch guy, but whenever you talk about whiskey, are you talking about more than just Scotch and bourbon? Are we talking, moving into, Japanese or American single malts or whatever, or is that just kind of a big bucket term to allow you to incorporate things like rye?
The whole thing. We've sent out American whiskey, Japanese whiskey. We've sent out Irish whiskey. You know, the whiskey club to me is, if you're truly sort of an explorer,
Hmm.
is the way to go, because you really have no idea what's coming. Um, and that to me is pretty cool and interesting, because you may get you may get scotch, you may get bourbon, but you may also get, some far-flung whiskey that is, I think one year, or we found a Tanzanian whiskey, not Tanzania, it was Tasmania.
Oh yeah,
um, and so, it's, most people will never, ever, 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 ever see
right.
that again. And it was something that was very cool. I don't even know how it got here. I'm sure there was some story behind it, but it was extra allocation sitting somewhere. And, it was one of those things where, when we find something that, where somebody is really taking a chance, or it's way beyond sort of the norm, it can fit in that whiskey box. And I don't have to be concerned about whether or not somebody's going to say, hey, this isn't a bourbon, or this isn't a scotch, and so why did you send it to me, right? So that to me is probably the most fun and exciting club, because you can take way more chances, and expand people's palates beyond, um, really anything that they're normally used to.
Yeah, and and I specifically asked that because I would say for anybody who listens or watches what I do that has a shelf set up similar to what this is, they should probably be beyond that whiskey thing as opposed to everything, as opposed to the bourbon, right? Because you probably already have a bunch of bourbon. There's a whole lot of things that are happening in the rest of the world that are not bourbon, and it would be great to sort of expand into those things. And I liken it. About a week ago, my wife was like, "Hey, we need to, we both needed to pick up new deodorant," which I know it's a weird thing to kind of bring in here,